Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z. God, such bad singing that I freaking made myself cough. Hello, it's Mr. Hornsby 3. This is the Mr. Hornsby 3 show. If you didn't notice from the beginning song, yes, I am feeling a lot better. And today I am going to be talking about the Dragon Ball event. I know it's called something else, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I'm going to mispronounce it. So I'm not going to even try butchering the freaking name of it. Like, oh, the Geiki Dombo or something like that. See, I can't even say it right. Geiki Dombo. Geiku Dombo. I don't know. Dragon Ball Daima. Anyway. So I'm going to talk about the news that came for that Dragon Ball event. I believe it was yesterday. Geekdom broke the news on his channel. So shout out to Geekdom 101. Whether he has a complex or not, that's not my problem. Anyway, with the big D stuff, Anyway, big shout out to Geekdom 101 for this news, but the news broke yesterday and Dragon Ball Super is coming back. And I believe it's not coming back till next year. But we do get some kind of Dragon Ball thing today, which I'll talk, or some kind of Dragon Ball thing this year, which, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be excited about that because with a bunch of good news, you get a little bit of bad news too. So let's talk about the bad news first. And the bad news is that apparently, because they couldn't do it perfectly before, when the original anime was going on, they are, once again, redoing and remaking the Battle of the Gods arc. Now, supposedly this time, there's supposed to be new scenes and new dialogue and all that stuff, so I guess that's a plus because it's not going to be the same old dialogue we got from the other Battle of the Gods, stuff, because we had the movie. Then we had the arc when the show started. Then we've had it in the... Daggone it. I forgot to frickin'. Then we've had it in the manga. So, yeah, we're getting a battle. But, there is some good news to that. It's only gonna be 6 freaking episodes. Hallelujah. Golly, if I have to sit through every single episode of Battle of Gods again, I think I'm going to frickin' be annoyed beyond annoyance. But, it's only going to be 6 episodes. Apparently they're doing that with Resurrection F as well. I don't know if they're doing it with, the Goku Black Saga, or if they're doing it with the frickin' Tournament of Power as well. I'm pretty sure they will, because, why not? Milk all these arcs for what they got. But I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, the Universal tournament as well before the Tournament of Power. And then I think the Goku Black arc started. I don't know. Somewhere between that area. But if you're super stoked about if you're super stoked about them once again doing Battle of Gods, you'll be super happy. But at least it's only 6 episodes this time. It's not freaking the whole arc. Resurrection F, I guess they're going to do that with it too. So, okay, that's fine. Cool with me. Just as long as this is the last time we see this stuff. And just as long as it's going to lead into what we're going to be seeing coming up next year. Because then after that, now we can get to the good news. They announced the Galactic Patrol arc, which is the Moro arc. But, that's good to hear, but they didn't say if that was going to continue if Super's going to continue after that or not. I'm guessing it will. But then next year we are getting the Galactic Patrol arc, which people's already read it in the manga. So, you know. I'm not a manga reader. I watch the anime. But, you know what? I'm excited because we're getting more Dragon Ball Super. I still hate the fact, you know, when I thought, like, well, remake, well, maybe they'll switch the dialogue and it'll be like, well, this was like years after they beat Majin Buu or something. That would have been something great, but they're not going to do that. Like, all the stuff that happened in the original run of Super all took place years after the Majin Buu saga, because, come on now. That's the only way you can feel like they're in danger of dying or whatever in Dragon Ball Super, as if it's like all retcon. It's like, oh yeah, this is all taking place like years after Majin Buu's been beaten. But they decided to go through that 5-year jump, or that 5-year freaking gap between Majin Buu being beat and freaking the end of Z, which I still think stupid, but you know what? That's what it is. We all can't be X-Men 97. Anyway, so yeah. Galactic Patrol arc coming next year. I guess Japan's gonna have it first, and we'll probably get it like later in the year. But if they're redoing all the arcs, then more than likely all the redo arcs are gonna be early next year, and then they'll jump into the then they'll jump into the newer stuff in fall of next year, which that's still too long to wait, but at least we know something's coming. We're not dealing with the uncertainty anymore of if Super's coming back or not, or if they're just going to go with the new Dragon Ball anime or whatever. At least we know we got something coming. May take till next year in fall, but hey, better than nothing. Which is what we got since the show ended, what, nearly 10 years ago? So, excuse me. So yeah, it's better than nothing. But, like I said, they didn't say if they were going to do the Granola arc after that, which I'm pretty sure they are, because you got Moro and then you got Granola. Are they going to do the Black Frieza arc? I don't know either. Are they going to bring back frickin' the Real Cell? Who knows? Are they going to bring back Cooler? I don't know. I mean, with all these redos, you might as well. I mean, heck, they redid Broly and brought him in the canon, so why not just do it all for all of them? Like, finally Goku and them finally defeat frickin' Frieza once and for all, and he stays dead, he stays gone, he's no longer a threat. And then Cooler's pissed off because they killed Frieza, and he wanted to kill Frieza, so he goes after him. I don't know. Just I'm just being silly at this point with this stuff, but yeah. No, I don't know. They didn't announce the future for the manga either, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I think at the end of the Granola arc is when Black Frieza shows up, and I guess One Punch is freaking. I guess Frieza turned into One Punch Man and just one punches freaking Vegeta and Super Saiyan Ultra Ego. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, because, I mean, I know Toriyama passed. I don't know if they're going to continue the manga. I think they should continue the manga. Super's pretty popular, even though, you know, I hate the frickin' time frame, but let's say all that happens. They kill Frieza. They move on. And then they do like a time skip to where it's like now it's the present time after the ending of Z. And frickin' Cooler just shows up out of nowhere like, they killed my brother. They killed my father. I wanted to kill those bastards. But yeah, something like that. Because wasn't that the original frickin' arc of the frickin' original Cooler movie? Was he was mad, not because they killed Frieza, but because he wanted to kill Frieza. I think he also had beef with King Cold. Who knows? But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. It's still uncertain. But we are getting the Galactic Patrol arc. I'm guessing we're going to get Granola after that, so, I mean, that's the only thing they can go with. Is the manga going to continue? I think they probably will continue it because, you know, of how popular it is. So, we'll see. Because you got to get an end result for that freaking Black Frieza arc. Like, oh yeah, Black Frieza showed up, one shot, he turned into the One Punch Man and just freaking wiped out everybody. I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, they should have just had Cooler come in Super. Like, he's the one that wants revenge because, you know, he didn't get to kill Frieza and King Cold, but freaking Goku and Trunks did, so I don't know. But they also got a new logo for Dragon Ball Super, so there's going to be a new logo. It's freaking what? Gold and purple or gold and blue or something like that. The original logo wasn't... It was okay. I don't really pay much attention to the logos, but apparently they're going to have a new logo when the show comes back. Which, you know, like I said, don't really matter to me. I mean, don't matter either way with me. I mean, I guess that's what they want to do. They're going to do that, but who knows? But yeah, and oh yeah, by the way, it's not going to be called Battle of Gods. It's going to be called Dragon Ball Beerus. So, I'm guessing this thing's probably going to be... Guessing it's going to be from the perspective of Beerus? I don't know. Like, because I think the original one was from the perspective of the regular characters. Maybe it's just going to be from the perspective of Beerus. Who knows? But they're calling it Beerus instead of Battle of Gods. It doesn't matter. You know it's still Battle of Gods, so yeah, why did they go call Resurrection F? Freaking Dragon Ball Frieza? I don't know. They might go Dragon Ball Super Frieza. And then Dragon Ball Super Goku Black. And then, you know, Universal Tournament or whatever, you know. I think, yeah, Universal Tournament came before the Goku Black arc. I don't know. Yeah, I think. I don't know, it's been so freaking long. I'll have to go back and find freaking Super now and watch all the old episodes. Which, you know, ended almost 10 years ago. But, yeah. So we'll see what the future holds with Dragon Ball after this. I just want to stick with Diamond's universe. I mean, come on now. That's got Super Saiyan 4. I don't give a crap about God and all that crap. And I know that's supposed to be between the frickin' time, between the Boo being beat to the frickin' end of Z thing too. But at least there's Super Saiyan 4 in that one. So, I don't know. At least that's got Super Saiyan 4. I didn't really care too much for God or frickin' Blue or any of that. It's like, how do you get these frickin' powers and you're still not strong enough to beat Beerus? Like, you get God, you're not strong enough to beat Beerus. You get Blue, you're still not strong enough to beat Beerus. Goku got Autonomous Ultra Instinct that still can't beat Beerus. But, you know, Vegeta's got Ultra Ego. I think the person that's probably got the best chance to freaking beat Beerus right now is probably Frieza. Who knows? Well, it's got to be Black Frieza, because it ain't going to be Frieza Gold, because he got beat by Blue. But, you know, it's gonna be Black freaking Frieza. What's you know, Frieza Black is, you know, whatever. I don't know. I still hate the fact that they freaking put so much stock in Frieza. He's like, to me, he was a good villain when the original run of the show, but I think he was a bit overrated. Like, oh yeah, everybody's like, well, that's the villain. That's the Joker to Goku's Batman, and you know, I guess freaking Vegeta's Robin, and I don't know. Gohan's the freaking Robin that came after that. I don't know. Goten's the Robin that came after that. You know, I don't know. Trunks could be the girl Robin. I just feel like, you know, I'm just sick and tired of Frieza, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing Frieza. I don't care how popular he is. He got beat. I think when they did the original show, I felt like that was a good way to end that. But yeah, we get Frieza being brought back. Not only in freaking Super, but he's brought back in GT. Somehow or another, he's going to be brought back in Daima. If they do another season of Daima, who knows? But I'm just so sick and tired of Frieza. It's like, oh, he's the best villain in Dragon Ball. No, he's not. He's the most overrated villain in Dragon Ball Z and Super, but gee golly. I mean, Goku, once he went Super Saiyan, he was freaking mopping the floor with Frieza. He's outclassing Frieza in every way. Freaking Cell, they had to hope that Gohan could tap into Super Saiyan 2 or they all would have been dead. Majin Buu, they had to do a bunch of, BS to kill him. I don't know. Anyway, guys, like I said, I do enjoy watching Super, but it's just like, man, there's not really no threat, like, because they're going to come out of this because it's between the freaking gap between Boo being beat and then the freaking end of Z, which I think was so stupid. They should have not made it that. They should have said, let's do this right afterwards. Sick of seeing Kid Trunks. We've seen enough Kid Trunks. When can we see Trunks as a teenager? At least with GT, you saw him as a freaking teenager. Goten as a teenager. I'm sick of seeing Kid Goten. I'm sick of seeing Kid Trunks. I'm sick of freaking seeing Frieza. Beerus could have came out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute, this guy beat Majin Buu and Frieza? Well, shoot. I'm gonna have to go fight this guy. Why can't we just go into the point where Goku's training Oob and then freaking Beerus shows up and there you go. Oh. Like I said, I wish they would just retcon the whole freaking timeline. That's one of the reasons why when they did the tournament power was predicted, I'm like, golly. Beerus is gonna say he's gonna wish he never had that dream about the Super Saiyan God, and then this show won't count, and then we can have a different new show that takes place after Z. Not one that takes place in between a battle with Boo and then frickin' the end of Z. I don't know. I just felt like that was a stupid idea to go with. But, it is anime, so who knows. That'd be like if, we had Attack on Titan. And it takes place, I don't know, that might be a bad one to use. Let's do something like Naruto or something, or I don't know, Inuyasha. Let's say they redid Inuyasha, and instead of freaking the fact that the ones about Inuyasha's daughter and Shishomaru's daughter was taking place in between after they beat Naraku and then to the end of freaking Inuyasha. That would be so dumb. That's why I don't get why they went with that concept. Unless they're just totally going to erase everything that happened after the Boo battle in Dragon Ball Z. Like, erase the fact that Goku was late for that frickin' dinner party they were having, or, erase all that, but they said they're not erasing that stuff. That stuff's still in, which is why it's like, it's hard to frickin' feel like these people are gonna die or anything when they're still going, they're gonna come through with it really good. I don't know. Yeah, I went on a rant. I'm trying to be positive about Dragon Ball, but I just felt like that was the dumbest thing to do. Especially if this is a sequel show, but, I guess, Geekdom referred to it as kind of a reboot show, so, yeah. But still, it's dumb. You don't do that. If you're going to do an actual sequel show, actually do the sequel. Don't say, oh, yeah, it's between these events. Because that takes away the threat. I hear so many people bitched and moaned about what happened with X-Men Apocalypse after Days of Future Past. This movie's going to be terrible because you know what? We know that they come through this because it doesn't matter, so Apocalypse ain't really a threat. Blah. That's what it is with Dragon Ball Super right now. But, still like the show. I just think it's stupid that they just, did what they did. I mean, and where the heck is Broly? Why didn't Broly compete in the freaking World Martial Arts Tournament at the end of Z then? If he's freaking already there, why didn't Beerus enter the tournament? Why didn't freaking Broly enter the tournament? I don't know. Frickin' timeline's a headache with Dragon Ball. They should have just did a true sequel show like they did with X-Men 97. But I digress. Anyway, so there was one more piece of news, and that was that there's going to be a new Dragon Ball game. It's going to have some all new characters. Now, the name of the game, it's just under the code word name right now. It's not the actual name of the game, but it's called Dragon Ball 1000 Years Old. So, yeah, that's all the news they show. They reveal we're going to get the Battle of God again and Resurrection X again. Yay, yay. They revealed that we're going to get the Galactic Patrol, which a lot of people, that's exciting. But, you know, it's like you know, any way it goes, if you read the manga, or if you watch the anime, it's like, well, you know they're going to win somehow. So what's even the point of investing when they try to build it up like, oh, Goku and then beat him? That's why I wish they would have just did the ideal I predicted, which was Beerus wishes that he never had that dream about the Super Saiyan God, and none of the frickin' stuff from Super would have happened. I'll be right back. I got one of those. It'll take me 2 seconds. Hey, look, I know I'm coming off as complaining about Super, but I just feel like that was a dumb choice with what they went with it being between the frickin' end of the Boo arc all the way to the frickin' end of Z. I don't know. Because, like, there's no real threat then. But I am excited. They are going to get the Galactic Patrol arc. I'm going to skip watching, even if it is 6 episodes, even if it does have new dialogue, I'll just watch reviews of them. I am not sitting through Resurrection F again because not only did I see the movie Battle of Gods, not only did I watch the Frieza arc, well, I also saw the Resurrection F movie as well, but then I sat through the arcs of them on Super. And I know they want to do it to get people excited for the newer episodes of frickin' Super because, you know, they're going to get Moro and then probably Garnola after that. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'll still be watching because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, even if it does sound like I'm complaining about the whole timeline, which, you know, is kind of a stupid timeline, and I don't know. Am I the only one that's complained about this timeline? And, I don't know, maybe. But, yeah. But I am generally excited for the Galactic Patrol arc. Even though I know there's not no real threat to it. They're going to beat Moro like it's nothing. Like, they're going to get a new freaking Super Saiyan level. Probably, that's where Goku will get Ultra Ego. And then Goku will freaking control Ultra Instinct. Or, you know, figure out a way to use Ultra Instinct to beat Moro, and yeah, so we already know. And then they're gonna beat Granola, then they're gonna beat, you know, Dark Frieza, Black Frieza, whatever they're calling him. Yeah, is it Frieza Black? I don't know. Anyway, guys, we know the story might still be good, except for the threat part of it. And see, that's the thing too. Even though I know the threat, it's not really a threat because they make it through to the end of Z. So the story was still pretty compelling. Like the Goku Black thing was pretty compelling. Because I wanted to go back to that future world of Trunks. We never got to get it back in Dragon Ball Z. Would we have got to get it had the show continued? Probably, probably not. So yeah. But I don't know, man. Now, if they do these last 3 arcs, they get them all out of the way, and then they do a new Dragon Ball show that's based after the end of Z, then I'll be like, yeah, that'll be interesting, and you will feel the threat and all that. But yeah, I don't feel the threat. I'm like, oh, you know they're gonna win somehow. Even in my reviews of Super, like, well, this is based between this time frame and this time frame. You know they're gonna win, so yeah. Why none of this stuff was brought up at the end of Z is beyond me, but well, we'll just see. But I am excited. I will watch it. We probably won't be seeing the American version until 2028, so it's probably gonna be, which, you know, like everybody else, I'll probably watch Japanese versions. Because I think I watched some of the Japanese versions of Super. Or I watched a few versions. No. I watched the Japanese versions of Daima. But then they put out the American versions. So yeah, and you know, it's on Netflix, so it's like, well, heck. It's on Netflix, I can watch it that way. But I think it might have been on Hulu and that before that, and that's how I watched the Japanese version. Then when they put it on Netflix, it was American. I don't know. It was like a couple years ago. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see how things turn out. But you know, one thing I can say, as much as the story's gonna be good and all that, the one thing you know is there's no real threat, because you know they make it through, because they had to just do it between the events of Boo being beat all the way to the frickin' events of frickin'. But you know, I am excited for it. Something else I'm excited for. Yeah. I'm excited this storyline is going to get touched upon in X-Men 97 Season 2. No. Because, you know, what? X-Men 97 Season 2 is a sequel! It's not somewhat of a reboot, somewhat of a prequel. It's a sequel! So you don't know what's going to happen to the X-Men next. Unless you count Wolverine and the X-Men. Then you're like, well, they already made it through the Age of Apocalypse. Anyway. That'll do it for this video. I know I sounded a little down on it, but I am excited for Super coming back, because I've been waiting for Super. I watched Daima when that was on, what was it, last year, the year before? I watched all of Daima, especially when I found out they were putting Super Saiyan 4. I'm like, oh, yeah, had a big nerdgasm for the Super Saiyan 4. Because I really like Super Saiyan 4. But, yeah, anyway, so I'm excited for it, even if I didn't sound like I was so excited for it, because I complained a lot about the freaking timeline. But outside of that, I am excited for it. It's going to be great to see Dragon Ball characters back on TV, because, you know, kind of feels empty without no Dragon Ball shows on TV. Kind of like how it feels empty with no Batman cartoons or anything on right now. Anyway, at least we get to see X-Men 97 Season 2 this summer, which is still stupid. I don't give a crap about Wonder Man. I don't frickin' give a crap about the frickin' stupid Daredevil show. I want to see X-Men 97 Season 2 ASAP. Fuck all this other. Now, I am excited for frickin' Darth Maul show, because, you know, I even talked about that on my playthrough Friday. I am excited for that, but fuck all the other crap they're putting on frickin' Disney Plus before X-Men 97 Season 2. Other than that, we gotta wait for the frickin' Spider-Man show after X-Men 97 Season 2, I guess. So, whenever they decide to put X-Men Season 2 on, then after that's done, I guess then they'll do Spider-Man. But, boy. Does anybody give a damn about Wonder Man? You know, I should put a poll up. What would you rather see right now? And coming on tomorrow, would you rather see X-Men 97 Season 2 or frickin' or stupid Wonder Man? I'd rather watch X-Men 97 Season 2. Fuck Wonder Man. Fuck Daredevil Born Again. Fuck whatever other stupid Star Wars shows outside of the Darth Maul show. Darth Maul show is going to be great. Fuck all the other stuff. Anyway, that'll do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the final build to the Figure Rumble. I did part 1 Thursday because I was sick last week. I couldn't even do my Star Trek video right, and I had planned that Star Trek video for a long time. And also Wednesday, I was supposed to do a Power Ranger video. I was going to rank all the Power Ranger shows now that they're done with the original timeline of Power Rangers. I was going to rank everyone from worst to best. But then we got some WWE 2K26 news that I'm excited for, so I'll talk about that, and I will sound more excited for that probably than I did Dragon Ball Super. But, you know, really the thing that bothered me is the freaking whole timeline thing. And the fact that first, before we even get the new arc, we gotta sit through freaking Battle of Gods again, Resurrection F, probably the freaking Universal Tournament Power thing, and every other, you know, and then, I don't know. But before we get that, we gotta sit through all that crap. It's like, really? Can't we we already know what all happened. We don't give a crap. Y'all should have did that crap for right the first time. Not screw it up like you did. But, you know, it is what it is. Catch you guys later, and I don't know. I'm going to say later, alligator. Catch you later, alligator. If you ever seen frickin' Prom Night 2. Very good sequel. Catch you guys later, alligators.